Okay, so droplets and fomites. Remember, we talked about this. I probably misplaced this. This slide should have come up earlier, but we covered this a couple of weeks ago. Droplet-borne infection is two people. You're standing across from each other. They're talking. Inevitably, that aerosolizes the saliva and whatever from inside the mouth and throat of the person who's talking. That goes out into the air. The small droplets rise. The heavier droplets fall to the ground. Let's say that they're having this conversation over a table, so you can see the thing in the middle, the fomite route. Those droplets are going to fall to the surface. They're going to stay there. Certain research shows that depending on the droplet size, the temperature, and other factors, that surface can, hold a infective virus for 3 hours. 6 hours, 18, up to 3 days, and in certain cases, even longer. So that's why, constantly disinfecting areas of high human traffic. If you go out to your grocery store, et cetera, you'll see that they're, wiping everything down. I went out for Mother's Day to get some stuff, and they are trying to keep fomites. This is, clean. They're trying to disinfect everything where people are near. But now let's go back to the two people talking to each other. If they're both wearing masks, then the amount of large droplets reaching a surface is reduced. The amount of small droplets that are then aerosolized and come into contact with another person's face are reduced. Oh my God, there's a dog, and he's like my Bernie. Anyway, sorry. So the amount of droplets aerosolized, the amount of droplets that drop onto surfaces is reduced. It's minimized, right? It's not eliminated. These masks are not N95 that people are wearing to the grocery store. We don't want them to be buying N95. We want them to have just the basic covering over their face and nose. So if they are around a lot of people, these droplets are not getting inhaled. They're not falling on their mouth when they're talking to other people, etc. And then long-range airborne is something that we're investigating, where you're in an air-conditioned environment, which is going to happen more and more as the spring and summer wears on, or comes on, I should say. And air conditioners are known for recirculating air in closed spaces, and it could potentially create a scenario where I'm sitting here with my wife, we're eating, and take your mask off to eat. I'm trying to create a scenario for you, and people over on the other side of the establishment, someone coughs, it gets intake, into the intake of the air conditioning system, runs along a vent, and then drops out of another vent, and it's near us. We'll get to why we can eliminate that kind of scenario when we get to testing and the quarantining and all that stuff. But this is the kind of thing to think about. This doesn't get transmitted by touching another person. This doesn't get transmitted by, if it is, it's a handshake and then rubbing of the nose. The viral particle has to be brought to the area of entry, right? The mode of transmission is I shake a person's hand. Well, I'm sorry. Person is coughed into their hand. Person is positive for the virus. I shake that person's hand. I'm still not going to get sick. It's on my hand until I really just kind of like mess with my eyes, and I've got allergies this season, and I'm messing with my nose, and then the virus has route to my nasal and oral passages. Any questions?